guys and gals, I'm Chris or ChristopherJMUA and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, Online Makeup Academy and myself have partnered together to show you guys how to conceal dark circles. This is something I struggle with regularly, so I'm always looking for the best tips and tricks to try and get rid of my hereditary darkness. I also can't wait to show you guys the actual advanced makeup program that I did over this last month, and the tutorial we'll be following today is from a class in the course. So if you'd like to know more about Online Makeup Academy and figure out how to cover up your dark circles, then just keep watching because we're getting into it right now. Now, when you first get on the Online Makeup Academy website, they offer a ton of different courses. You've got the master program, the advanced course that I took, special effects, hairstyling, bridal. There's a ton of different options and a ton of different specified career paths that you can choose from their website. Now, that's the first thing that I got really excited about because as a cosmetologist and going to cosmetology school, I learned a ton about hair. I mean, literally everything to get my license, I learned about hair. But makeup, we really only spent a day on, and they actually asked me to teach that day. Point being, I didn't really learn much about makeup because I was teaching what I knew already. So to know that I have the capability online to further my education and get a certificate that says I did it, thank you, Online Makeup Academy. Now, they're actually based out of New York, but like I said, you can access it online and you can do the entire course online. You even have the option to schedule a virtual tour to see their school in person, but from the comfort of your own home. When we go into the actual advanced course, this is where all of the classes are. And just check this out. Look at the amount of topics that they cover. You've got your creative makeup, your period makeup, HD makeup, high fashion, editorial, nude, photo shoots, the products you need, how you need to look, how to stay motivated, and even just that first segment is better than the training that I got under a cosmetology license, because not only do they cover the methods and the types of makeup that you might be doing, but they tell you how to be better motivated, how to connect with people on a level that's real, what not to do when you're working with others. And in all honesty, in my opinion, aside from knowing how to do the makeup, obviously, that's some of the most important stuff that you need to know as a potential career-seeking makeup artist. It's not just about the makeup. Unfortunately, as many of us hope that that is the situation, it's not always just about the makeup. And the platform that they use is so easy to use. You can literally open it on anything with an internet connection. So while I was locked in the living room with COVID quarantining for 10 days, I was able to close the course on my laptop and reopen it on the iPad, picking up right where I left off. A lot of the time when you are learning about makeup and makeup techniques and styles, many of the people who teach these things only teach you one thing. So as an example, you want to learn 20s style makeup. Usually you see a tutorial for a 20s style makeup look and that's it. That's what you get. Or a Twiggy look. You get educated on the Twiggy look and then that's it. Essentially you get the basics and the fundamentals that you need. But with this course, they expand even further on top of their initial class, as you can sort of see as I scroll down. So we get down here to creative makeup application, how to conceal dark circles, underneath your homework assignment, which is another really awesome benefit to this program. But underneath that, you get bonus, and each one of these is another tutorial created that you can follow. They're all different. They're all different versions of that same style, that same look, so that you can further expand your knowledge base on what the idea is behind that look, rather than just sticking with the one thing you were taught and the one thing you know. And these are people that have been in the industry for years, so they know what they're talking about. And you can tell that when they speak. When you're hearing the things they're saying, they make sense, and their tips and tricks and real-world experiences are tangible things that you can apply to your own makeup application techniques and your own career. Now, when it comes to these homework assignments, I think that's just really, really cool. I've always been really bad at doing homework, always, throughout my entire life. I'll finish them eventually though, because I have the course already. I have unlimited access to it, including updates, and so will you once you sign up for the course. But within these homework assignments, they take the previous classes that they did and use those examples to give you your own work to do and submit in. Not only that, but if you have any questions, you can ask right underneath the actual homework post, and you can even read previous comments that other people have made if you had the same question they did. So there's unlimited resources, there's unlimited support. If you get stuck, there's always somebody there to help. And that's so important, especially when you're working online. Sometimes you get scared to ask questions, and it's a lot easier if you know that there are other people asking questions too. Then once you finish the actual course, there are a ton of bonus videos here at the bottom. These are all live Zoom classes with Paulina, as you can see, but every single one of them is another lesson, another class, another tutorial, and I believe these are all ongoing as well. So the more she makes, the more she adds, the more she updates, the more we get to watch and learn. I mean, look at some of this bonus content. How to build a pro makeup kit for under $1,000 or $500. Or 100, something for every budget. And that's assuming that you didn't sign up for the class that already comes with a makeup kit, which there is one of those. I didn't get that one, but there is one of those. How to make the most money out of Halloween as a pro MUA doing Halloween looks, and she also gives examples of simple Halloween looks to offer clients. Hygiene products, so important. Hygiene and sanitation are the tippy top of the most important things to do with cosmetology, makeup. It's how you keep people safe. So it's good that they cover those kinds of things too. How to take better photos, that's so important because your photos are your billboards, essentially. Pros and cons, how to stay motivated, how to look as a makeup artist, also so important. If you don't look the part, people won't want you, guaranteed. It's just never-ending resources to just be the best version of yourself and to be the best makeup artist you can be. Something I also thought was really awesome and pretty interesting is underneath every video tutorial or every class, essentially, there is a written description of exactly what happened in the class. So if you have any inhibitions learning through video format, as a secondary learning method, you can just scroll down a little bit and read it instead. Because I know a lot of people that can't learn by watching a video or vice versa, can't learn by reading, and they need both things to help them learn, and that's really what helps give you maximum retention of the information you're learning. Not to mention the fact that doing the homework and submitting the homework and getting feedback on your homework will help you learn and further polish those methods and those techniques you use to nail down that look perfectly. And now that you know all about the course I took, let's fix these under eyes. So we're just gonna go here and open How to Conceal Dark Under Eye Circles video. It's 11 minutes and 19 seconds. We're just gonna go ahead and open this up and let it play.
On her skin, and we left the under eye completely blank. So for the under eye, we never really want to put foundation there unless somebody has no under eye dark circles.
It can get so cakey.
But in this case, she has a little bit of darkness, which means we need to color correct it. For color correcting dark circles, we need to use peachy or orange colors. There are a lot of different ones on the market. One of my favorites is the Naked by Urban Decay because it's very lightweight, but it also covers nicely.
I only have the concealer.
There's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and this is just in the R color because they also make Y ones, and R's are the ones that have the peachy tones to them. Then you have ones like these that are straight orange, and this is mostly used for super severe dark circles as well as deeper skin tones. You cannot use these light peachy correctors for darker skin tones because it will not cover them fully and still look ashy or gray. So I'm going to use a mixture of these two, and we're going to mix them on our plate now.
I don't need to mix anything.
So I need to scoop this out.
Mine's pretty much the perfect color already. It's peach.
The eye, 'cause it's not sanitary.
Yeah, it's even called peach. I'm okay.
And you can see that this one's very similar, just a little bit more salmon. So now I'm gonna mix these two together. Now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. What I like about this is it gives me a very light application. If you use a synthetic flat brush, it will still work, but it's just going to give a more intense application. Under the eyes is a very tricky area because some people have more skin there, some people have more fine lines and wrinkles, and some people have puffiness. The more stuff we put on under the eye, the more it's going to look texturized, But then if we want to not have it so texturized, sometimes we lose on covering it fully. So we're going to use both a corrector and a full coverage concealer, so we don't have to add too much texture to the under eye, but we want to cover it fully as much as we can. So taking a little bit of this, we're really just gonna focus on where she has darkness, and just because we may see it in the inner corner here does not mean we're going to put it on the whole eye. So I'm really just going to focus it where I see it. And you know it's going to be disappearing when you take a step back and you no longer see this darkness popping through. And some people have darkness specifically in this inner corner here, like this hollow inner eye, so you can get into that as well. So I'm really kind of just focusing and placing it. I don't want to buff it out too much, but I don't want a super intense layer. And whatever's left over on my brush, I'm going to fade out. And do the same thing on this side.
I think I got too much.
She does have a little bit of a vein here, so I'm kind of going to go over that as well, just to cancel it out a bit. And one thing to note, she does have a slight kind of puffiness that it dips over here. And what this means that the eye will always create a shadow there, so there is not like a way to get rid of it 100%, but we can put some of this corrector in that dip so we can lift it up a little bit so it won't look as deep.
I kind of got one of those too. Kinda. Like, I got a lot of bit of one of those apparently. So we're just gonna fill it.
So now
there.
We're up to concealer.
Okay, concealer.
For her concealer, we're going to be using a full coverage concealer. I love this concealer because it's waterproof, it's super intense coverage, but you would not want to use this on somebody with really dry under eyes because it is very matte.
Me,
This color
that's me.
I feel like will be a little bit too light for her, so I'm going to mix a little bit of this one. Depending on how severe the dark circle may be, it's better off that you match it to the actual foundation color if it's very intense. If it's not so bad, you can do a shade or two lighter for concealer to brighten up the eye area as well. So now mixing these two colors, we're gonna see what we got.
There's a fire.
And now taking
Here's
the
sirens.
brush, I'm going to put a good amount on. And I'm going to start it from the bottom of her eye, moving it upwards. I don't want to place it specifically under her eye because that means we're going to get the most product there. And we don't want that because it's going to crease more. So I'm going to start on this outer edge and I'm really going to tap it into the skin because I don't want to move this color corrector. But make sure you work with this concealer fast,
kind of taking a
because
mix.
it does dry really fast
Both of
and
these.
you won't be able to move it once it does. And make sure to get into that inner corner area where we also put some of that corrector, where a majority of us actually have darkness. And while we're here, I'm going to have her look down and I'm just going to cancel out any of the color on her lid too, already preparing it for any eye application we may do.
Ow.
We're not going to worry about it creasing just yet. We're going to go on to the other eye and then smooth it out once again to set it. And the reason I'm bringing it down more of in a triangular area is so we don't just do the under eye specifically if it's a lighter color, and then we just make the under eye look highlighted and kind of accentuate the puffiness or the dip in her eye or just the darkness in general. So now we're going to set the eye because we want to prevent it from creasing, and I'm using a translucent powder here. It's one by Makeup Forever, and it's very finely milled, which means it's going to give a very smooth application. So I'm using this brush to make sure that the eye is smooth and not creasing before I actually set it. So I'm just smoothing out anything that might have creased beforehand. Keep looking into the sky for me. And I'm going to take my other brush and I'm going to start packing this on and really set this under eye. I'm going to do the same to the other eye, make sure nothing is creasing. And then while she's still looking up, I'm going to start setting it. And while I'm here, I'm going to set the top of her eye. So make sure it's not creasing again. And set it so we have a nice base for any eye application. While I'm here also, I'm just going to mattify the rest of her skin after we applied the foundation. It's just going to set it and it's going to wear throughout the day really well. You don't want to put too much of this on, but enough so it sets and mattifies the face so it doesn't look shiny. If you do put too much of it on, you may get a flashback on camera, which would not be good.
Ooh. She looks so hot. And next is the glossy wet makeup look. So we're gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna finish setting all of this. Like she said, make sure there's no creasing, because if you put powder on a crease, all you're doing is locking it in place. You're telling it, sure, hang out here. I don't mind you being around. While I'm finishing this up, just to let you guys know the reason why I chose the dark under eye circle correction video class to follow along with for today is because I feel like when it comes to practicality, this is something that more people can use versus like a bridal makeup tutorial or Halloween makeup or costume makeup or creative makeup or runway makeup. This is something that I feel like more people will benefit from using on the daily, and it's something that I am quite partial to because of my hereditary dark circles. So naturally, I thought that maybe perhaps you guys might benefit a little bit more from learning how to correct those under eye circles. I know I like this method. I mean, look at my under eyes. I have no darkness left aside from the actual shadows of the lights hitting. I look refreshed, ready for the day. I feel like I look like I got some sleep last night. Thank you color corrector, and thank you concealer, and thank you Online Makeup Academy. I hope this method works out for you guys. If you did try it, let me know how it worked for you. Did the color corrector seem like it was okay? Did you have one that was maybe too light or too dark? Just remember that orange is for really, really intense darkness. Or of course, deeper complexion. And then you get into more of the lighter peachy shades when you work with lighter skin tones. So I hope that following that specific course gave you a little bit of insight as to how to correct those under-eye dark circles that you've been dealing with your entire life like I have, and hopefully that method of application and technique gave you a little bit of something you didn't know yet. And if you are passionate about a career in makeup artistry, if you would like to know more than what cosmetology school teaches, and earn a certificate while doing it, definitely check out Online Makeup Academy if you want. It's a really fun tool, it's a really fun resource. It's constantly being updated, as well as helping you get the motivation and passion back if you've lost a little bit of it from the monotony of doing the same looks over and over again. I know personally, I have learned so much more just in this last month from taking this course than I ever learned about makeup in cosmetology school, not to mention the fact of watching YouTube videos to try and beef up my education when it comes to makeup artistry that cannot touch the kind of curriculum that's covered within this course. The course offers the education that you need to be a working makeup artist, not a YouTuber, if that makes more sense. Although there are some pretty great tips and tricks on how to get better exposure with your online presence, and that's an even better perk to get. All in all, that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the ability to follow along with one of the courses that I took, and I cannot wait to completely finish it and do all of my homework assignments and get a certificate. Not to mention the costume and FX makeup course is really calling my name, and I think I might have to do that one on my own also. And with that being said, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up just to let me know that you did. And if you like beauty related content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down there and the little notification bell right beside subscribe so that maybe YouTube will notify you of my future uploads. Also, if you like any of my looks and you'd like to see more looks like them, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok. My username is the same for everything. It's just ChristopherJMUA. And if you gain nothing out of this video, which I hope you did, if you gain nothing out of any of my videos, then please at least gain this. And that is to always remember and never forget that you are absolutely beautiful. And I love you guys. Bye.